Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. So it marks 2 years ever since Sean has passed away, and his blood friends and family are actually saying contributions towards his passing. So now, what stood out for me was SK Khoza, because now he's actually bleeding his heart out, saying that Sean is actually still coming to his dream. He's visiting him on his dreams, and the opportunity that he's got from Sean. If you remember when SK Kosa was there acting with the Fergusons, it was the most profound time of his life, because now we've known him actually before even that, and he was someone who was actually very, very, very keen to his job, because if you remember that show that he did of Bump to Bump, whatever the name was, but I still remember the things that he did, the dancing that he did there. He was someone who is very dedicated, and you could see that this is someone who just needs a platform to showcase whatever that he's having. So now the Fergusons took him in, and it was a blossom for him, because now he made sure that he uses that space to the T. And if you still remember, I mean, having fights and whatever with him, he's someone that they really put close to their hearts. Actually, if you remember that, the way that he was going on, AWOLing, and people would be very hurtful of this whole thing of him AWOLing, and he'll be on and off screen, he'll be coming back, and they never gave up on him. It was something that they actually constantly working on. I think that at some point they really knew his shortcomings, and they thought, you know what, this is a young man that needs to be groomed, so we're gonna do our best to actually groom him. Because now, if you remember, actually those days when SK Kosa was on top in their show, you could see that he was struggling with something, and he was ailing like crazy, and people were starting to give up on him, and the Fergusons were like, no, this is the die hard, we're not gonna cancel him, and we're just gonna go with him. So now, going forward, when things were still like that, while we thought that things won't go bad as they should have went, they started to pull off and say that he was fired. It was alleged that the SK Kosa was fired. Now we could see that he was down and dusted. Meanwhile, I'm thinking to myself, why did he even allow himself to be in that situation? Because now he just knew that these were the only people at that time who were actually giving him a shot, Because now, if, let's say, for instance, you're working for someone, and then you know that this person can open gates for you, and you behave the way that SK Koza was behaving, it was like, why would he even do that? So now, it's really profound for him to even say that today he still remembers Sean because of the things that he did for him, because now we witness each and everything that Shona has done for him, and his family, So now it's just for him to come back and say, thank you, really, thank you. Because now many people, if the person that helped them is no more, it's unlikely for them to come back actually and say, you know what, thank you, I thank someone who did this and that to me. He even went in that post that he posted, went with little Virginiana of motivation that he lived by, actually, that is coming from Sean, So now that will have to mean it's something that he still revisit from time to time, thinking about what him and Shona did, So now we know that actually he's given him a foundation that is unshakable, because now right now when you think about someone who can bust the rhythm of a show that is having someone who's silly or playful, we think of SK, right? When you think about this thing of being going to the scenes of sexuality or whatever, we think about him. So now his talent really, really went to boost. So now these are the people who actually gave him a chance. So now it's only fair for him to even come back and say that he still remembers what Sean did for him. Anyway, we believe that this whole thing won't stop right now, because other people, they only come and remember you for a year or two. After 2 years, and then they're done, they go back to their own lives. So now it's good to see that the tribute will still continue. We just wish for that to still continue, because this is someone who really touched the space so much that we were still looking forward to seeing more of Sean doing the things that he did, and then touching people like SK Khoza, that you wouldn't even think that there's a soul that will still be there crafting that person, to the core. That because I mean, when we talk about SK Khoza, we know that we're talking about someone that is very, very much talented, but who needs a support. He needs a support, because now he's a troubled somebody. We all know about that. We all can see that. So now someone like Sean, I believe that he knows in the heart of his heart that he really lost someone that was there for him, that he might never find after this whole thing. Because I mean, it's very hard to find someone who's gonna be like on and off with you, and then still come back, and then still balance the whole relationship, as we know that he was that person who was like, tiptoeing on someone. He wouldn't just put a gear on and that's it with you. He'd make sure that he still have to follow after you and all that, because SK Khoza is one of the people that we can see that Sean did really a good job with. So now it's just good for him to remember him this way. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.